in one of the absolutely most bizarre turns that I've ever witnessed on a political stage, Donald Trump has decided to insist, to demand that before the debates, Joe Biden gets tested for drugs, gets drug tested. Maybe USADA comes in and he has to pee into a little cup. I'm not sure exactly how that would work. And one of the strangest things about this is that this does come on the tails of 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Donald Trump was accused himself of using uppers. Some people might not remember this story, so I'll rehash it a little bit. There was a picture of Donald Trump at his desk, and what appeared to be a pseudoephedrine box was on his desk, but not the American brand of pseudoephedrine, a British brand of pseudoephedrine, which is higher in the actual pseudoephedrine content, which is the upper, the stimulant in the drug. Not only that, but behind him was an open drawer with apparently 30 of those fucking boxes just lined up end to end sitting in it. Now, should Joe Biden be drug tested? Should Donald Trump be drug tested? As Donald Trump said, I will go ahead and get drug tested if Joe Biden does as well. I have a very different take on this, and not the take you might think, partially, maybe, the take that you might think. I don't give a damn if they are on uppers. I don't. I think that most drugs should be legal, but I'm going to go one step further. Do I think that the President of the United States should be tested for drugs? No, because I expect that son of a bitch to be mainlining all of the performance-enhancing drugs that he or she can get their goddamn hands on to. Cocaine? Does it give him good ideas? Methamphetamine? Is it going to help him clean up the streets? What about weed? Is it going to get him a photo op with Xi Jinping where they're both laughing their asses off? Because I think it would be great for the world if there was a picture of the President of the United States and the leader of Communist China laughing their asses off together. That would be great. That would be absolutely fantastic. What about steroids? Should the President of the United States be on steroids? Well, if you can't get that picture laughing with Xi Jinping, maybe you can intimidate him. Also, side note, by the way, if we normalize the president being an abuser of steroids now, then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson can run in 2024. Now, you might or might not remember that we ran a similar sort of experiment back in the 90s when for 8 years, Bill Clinton was absolutely chock full of Viagra. So, here's my thing with the president being on drugs. Do you know how many goddamn grams of caffeine I have to guzzle into my system via Red Bull and Monster and coffee on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a multiple times per shift basis, just in order that I might be the overnight guy at the goddamn corner 5 and dime? Now, that's just me. I'm just the overnight guy. I stock shelves, I clean up poop, and I kick drunk people out of the store. I'm getting kidney stones for that? You're goddamn right I am. But the president is the leader of the free world. And you want to regulate what goes into his system as if he were the third baseman for the Yankees? I don't think so. I do not think so. No. Run that son of a bitch into the ground. Get the most brutal 8 years out of him that you can. Okay. So the big thing is when you win the presidency, you leave 4 or 8 years later with a lot more gray hair than you went in with. Now, you can't fool me. All that means is over those 4 or 8 years, they use increasingly less just for men. That's all it is. Those sons of bitches were already gray. Now, what are the extreme cases? Bush went in talking war and left doing finger paintings of puppies. That's a pretty big cognitive decline. Reagan went in as a charming former actor and left as Joe Biden. That's a pretty steep fall off. But most of them get out scot-free. Then they write a couple books and never do anything again. Look, if you're trying to be president of the United States, you're not applying to be a goddamn accountant at the local government level. Happily ever after should not happen for you. This, the presidency, is an end-of-the-line job, period.